Hello and welcome everyone to the end of year tournament 2012. Today is the 30th of December, and this stream will be broadcasting the European region tournament. So this is LunarSpotlight here, and I will actually be organizing or managing the North American tournament. And Kiko is currently managing this tournament for the European region. I will be streaming the various matches in today's European region tournament. Let's see. Okay. So today's tournament has quite a few people in it, actually. At least a lot of people registered for this one. I'm going to go ahead and post the stream link. Alright, the stream link was posted, and for anyone who's currently joining us, Own3D does have some ads, so that's just kind of how it is. For the rest of you though, I currently on my counter only see one person on the stream, so I'm kind of hesitant to go into what this is about. Of course, if you're watching the stream, you already know what it's about. How did you get that wrong? How in the announcement? Alright. So if you're tuning in right now, this is the end of year tournament 2012, and this stream will be broadcasting the Europe region for the European tournament for Touhou Hisoutensoku. Today is the 30th of December in, well, most places in the world right now. Still waiting on some people to join the stream, but that's fine. Not sure how many people we're going to have join the stream, but if we go over to the brackets right now, I can tell you how many people we had register for the tournament. So that's kind of neat. We had, right now at least, we have over 33 people registered for this tournament. And that's actually kind of a lot. If you go down here, or if you look through the tournament list here, tournaments will divide nicely if it is like a multiple of, you know, like 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. If we have 33, that's why we kind of have this this odd one over here just kind of hanging out, and everyone else is over here. But that's just kind of how you'd have to do it if you have an odd number of players. It just happens to be that everyone is in the second round, or the vast majority of people are in the second round, if you have 33 people. Now Kiko, I know, has been going through trying to make sure, or see who is actually in the channel, and we'll be clearing the list here. So we'll go ahead and refresh the page, which may take a little bit. So yep, so it's been reduced to 20, so we'll probably be expecting actually 20 players in this tournament for the European region. And we can see everyone there. So it is a little more evenly divided. Instead of just having that one extra one off to the side, you have these ones here. So it does look a little nicer. And I hope my frame rate is better than what you're seeing on the... No, actually that's what it looks like on my screen too. So don't worry about that. It should look fine when we get into the games. Alright. So everyone here, supposedly from the European region. That could be, you know, United Kingdom. I know we have someone from my group who's in Norway. We have, oh gee, just plenty of people from all over the European region, of course. And then later tonight, actually in about 5.5 hours, or 6 hours if you want to go that route, because we are giving people about half an hour extra, just, you know, don't tell anyone that they have half an hour extra to figure things out on their end. So it is about that time, 12:30 here, or it would be about 6:30 GMT. So that means people should be starting matches. And I am recovering from a bit of a cold, so I apologize for that. If you hear me coughing in the background. Oh, what is this? Maybe we have something different. I don't know. So, yeah. Also, something else I might want to mention before. We're still waiting for people to post IPs and such. And as soon as someone does, I will definitely put it up on the stream so everyone can watch and all that good stuff. So, yeah. So you're watching the end of year tournament 2012 for the European region. This tournament has been sponsored by Gensokyo Radio. They've provided some of the music that you're listening to now, and is also sponsored by Indie80. They helped provide our streaming software and things like that. So without them, you probably wouldn't be watching this stream right here where you are now. And yeah, so let's see if we have any more IPs up yet. Looks like we do have something. Alright. And yep, I do have the game up on my other screen, so... Alright. Now they are probably already in the game, and let's see, Spike. So this will be Spike Spiegel versus Dit Dat Dot. That's kind of a fun name. Alright. So they're probably already in the game, as I mentioned. Alright. So actually, just starting it looks like. That's cool. We have Raisin over on the left side of the screen. I'm gonna turn the game music down a little bit. Okay. I was working on the volume there. So right, as I said before, we have Raisin on the left side, Spike Spiegel, and then Dit Dat Dot on the right side is Cerno. Your own speculations as to actually how you would say some of these names or character names. So Spike does have an early lead. This is the first time I've seen Soku roll in action, and it doesn't look like it does a whole lot for spectating, so that could be a bit of an issue. It's a bit jumpy from what I'm seeing. Although this is fine too. Now keep in mind that later on today I'll be managing the North American tournament, so as you can guess, I'm in North America, spectating a set of European matches. So this entire setup here may not be the most ideal, but we'll see what happens. We see here Spike Spiegel has the first round and is also taking a lead in the second round. And we see here Spike Spiegel has taken the second round. Trying to pull off a fancy finish, but no dice. Yep, we're just going through the second. That's just a replay of this round here, this match. We'll be starting into the second match here. Now I have to ask Kiko if these are... my guess is it's probably best 2 of 3, but I don't know that for sure. Both players starting out a bit more even this match. Some are taking a few more hits. I think my game is trying to catch up. Not entirely sure. Man, it'd be more fun if we could spectate a smoother match. Actually, you know, let's see if we have any other IPs. Since everyone is actually playing pretty much whoever at this point, we don't have to stick with one match. So let's go ahead and try another one there. Of course, we'll get all the results after people play their matches. Alright, so we'll see how this looks here. Alright, and then this match would be Shimitora versus Shmoop. You see there, Shimitora's on the left side is Yukari, Shmoop is on the right, or Yuyuko on the left, Yukari's on the right. With heavy fog, a bit of health transfer going there. From what I can see anyway, when I first came in here, all of 15 seconds ago, it looked like we were pretty even up. But Shmoop does have a bit of an edge. Really all I can look at is the health bars here. There is a bit of, I don't know, I'm not sure if it has to do with spectating and it looks better if you're playing, or if that's, or if it just looks like that. I don't know. I couldn't play the game if it looked like this, but I haven't actually tried Zakuro myself, so we'll see how that goes. Wow, and a rather decisive second round victory there by Shmoop. Well, that's actually the same one. Alright, so it looks like that was their last match. I'm guessing Shmoop won the first match as well. And let's see if any updates have been done on the brackets here. We'll do that as I look for another IP, possibly to spectate. A lot more text here since I was here last. Oh, okay. Let's see if this one works. Whoop, whoop. Don't want to do that. Alright. Okay, we're gonna go over the game. This is DZAP versus TFW No Waifu. I think the name might be different on the bracket. Oh, that cracks me up. Okay. So yep, so DZAP is actually so it doesn't actually say on the bracket yet, but TFW is either Kurenai, Misuzu, or Stefano. I really wish it told me who it was, but I don't think Hiko's updated the bracket yet. Of course, this is Mailing on the left, Utsuho on the right. And Utsuho with the edge right now. DZAP's still trying to... Of course, I said that too late, because DZAP got stuck in the corner, and Utsuho takes the first round win. That's the second round here. Mailing trying to put on a bit of heat early on, and still trying to keep up with it, even though they're in the corner. Utsuho is putting on more pressure. And so far it looks like they're pretty even up. So a good show by both of them. Still trying to keep it on. DZAP has a slight edge here. Utsuho a bit more on the defensive at this point. Not really in the corner. Oh, well, they're in the mid stage now. Oh, and DZAP getting hit by that on the back side. In the corner. And DZAP is taking some damage. This is a chance. No connection there. DZAP takes more of a beating in the corner, and Utsuho takes this match. So, I'm gonna check the bracket here. We still don't know who that is for sure. I, for one, am not really familiar with all these names. Alright. So the same characters here in what I think is probably the second match. Yeah, TFW with the most definitive edge here. Just putting on a lot of pressure, and DZAP having a difficult time getting anything in. Man, that happened again. And Utsuho takes the first round. Man, TFW had pretty much a perfect going there for a lot of this round. DZAP did get a couple hits in. Yeah, and just as anyone could have guessed, TFW also takes the second match here. At least I think it's the second match. If this is 2 of 3. Yep. And it looks like that was Stefano, even though that isn't updated on the bracket yet. Now, I think Kiko, who is organizing this, let me get back here. Okay, so Kiko is apparently in a match right now, which could be one of the reasons why the bracket isn't updating at this point. But I do have another IP, so let's go ahead to that one. Oh, and actually, these people are not using caster or Soku roll, so I won't be able to connect without restarting. A little unfortunate. Alright, I want to go see if I can find Kiko's IP. Oh, not that one. I wish there was a find function in this. There's so much text in all of this. Well, we can look at the brackets here. There's really nothing updated at this point. You know, actually, what the world? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Why am I getting... Jeez. Okay, so, Kiko's telling me to update the bracket, refresh. You know, when I remember doing this, it would automatically... it's probably because the start button hadn't been... Okay, so now it'll automatically update. It looks like Kiko has been updating the bracket, so there we go. My bad, apparently. So yes, as you can tell, the tournament is rolling along quite nicely. This is the top bracket here, and we already have a match in the third round set up. And then we have the lower bracket here. It doesn't seem that any matches have been played from that yet. DZAP and Yandere are really the only two people who could play a match at this point. Alright. Once again, I have to find another IP. JCD, I don't know what that is. Okay. So we'll see if this IP works here. Game has not started, okay. So we have someone hosting at this IP. How about this one here? Alright. So we have another game up right now. And this is DZAP versus Yandere-chan. Just catching up here. So this is DZAP is meleeing again. Yandere-chan is Iku. And this is the first match we've broadcast on the stream here that is in the lower brackets, so whoever does not make it here is actually out of the tournament, since this is a double elimination tournament. I think Yandere-chan had a bit of an edge before. It looks pretty even at this point, actually. Yandere is applying corner pressure, and it is somewhat effective. Ooh, DZAP still trying to get back at him, though. Darn. I hate when it gets stuck on that. So sorry about that. Here's the game now. DZAP, Yandere-chan, pretty even up. And as far as spectating through Soku roll, this seems to look fine. DZAP actually pulls that one out and takes the first round here. so this could be one of the more close matches, or the matchups we see here, at least in the early stage in this tournament. Yandere-chan with an early lead, and DZEP is trying to fight back. Not a whole lot connecting there. DZEP is applying more pressure. A lot of blocking and a lot of things not connecting. DZEP and Yandere-chan are still pretty evened up. Yandere has a slight edge. I think both of these people are pretty decent at blocking, or at least being careful. Trying to hold their own ground. And DZEP with just a slight edge, heavy fog doing that health transfer thing a little bit. It's a vampire effect, I think. So DZEP with the edge here. Yandere is still trying to put on pressure, but DZEP does that card at a very good time and takes the match. Alright, this is just a replay through the match we just saw. Alright, you didn't need me to tell you this, but both players sticking with the same characters here, and Yandere-chan has a bit of an edge. Although it kind of seems to be that way at the start of each round. Yandere seems to have an edge pretty much no matter what, and somehow DZEP seems to catch up. At least that's what I'm seeing here. Yeah, just like that. I mean, almost. DZEP almost had that. So, I'm not sure what it is or why that happens, but DZEP once again pulls this out, wins the first round here. Now, earlier I was just looking back in the channel, seeing if we have any other matches to spectate after this one. It appears that we do, so we'll be able to jump into another one right after this. This time it's the other way around. DZEP has the starting edge. And so far, at least from what I've seen, has not taken any hits. Apparently a full health bar. And this is actually quite different than what we've seen in this matchup so far. Wow, DZEP's really going after that perfect. Wow, DZEP just might have it. Almost. Oh man, and look at that. DZEP takes the second round in what appears to be a perfect round. So, congrats to Z-Zap. It appears they will be moving up in the brackets. Speaking of, let's look over to those now. And that will actually be down here. I have so much going on this system that it seems to be a little sluggish, but that's okay. Alright, we have another matchup here. And once again, if you have joined us anytime in the past half an hour or so, this is the end of year tournament 2012 for the European division. And yes, this is live. Alright, up here we have Dawn of the Last Day is Cerno, Flan is Remilia. That kinda looks like Flan, except for the bat wings, sorta. And Dawn of the Last Day is probably not their name on the bracket, so I'm gonna take a look at that. I believe that's Kurenai Mizuzu. So that would be Dawn of the Last Day. So Kurenai taking the first round. I think we're just catching up here. Not sure where in the match we joined, so it's tough to tell if we are current or not. Because once again, this is a North American spectator trying to watch matches taking place in Europe, so. And Zakuro should help out with that, but I don't know. Yeah, so none of that was actually current, as far as what I can tell. Alright, so next matchup here, Dawn of the Last Day is still Cerno. Flan has opted for EU code this match. Dawn of the Last Day with the edge actually plays a pretty good Cerno. I don't know about other players per se, but I personally have a bit of difficulty playing a Cerno, just at a proficient level. Not that I play Cerno a whole lot, but I mean that's probably why I'm not proficient. But anyway, so it is a bit more evened up here. Yuko has been playing a bit of catch-up. It actually does have a slight edge at this point. It's still anyone's game if Cerno lands that, which they did not. But, just another hit on either player, really, at this point, could mean the round. So we'll see who gets it, and that would be Cerno's with the first round win there. And the second round beginning. Dawn of the Last Day with the decisive lead. Flan's at about half health. Wow, Flan is really taking a beating at this point. Corner pressure by Cerno, and Flan is having a tough time blocking or something, I'm not really sure. Yeah, Dawn of the Last Day with the decisive second round win there. Dawn of the Day? Dawn of the Last Day? I don't know, part of me wants to say Dawn of the Dead. I don't know if I did, but Dawn of the Last Day. Otherwise known as Kurenai on the bracket here. So Kurenai actually is right over here. And then we're able to go down. Yep, so Flan and Kurenai. Looks like Kurenai will be moving up to face Oh gosh. I mean, these names, man. Terawi. I'm just gonna go with it. Oh gosh, some of these names. Okay, let's see if there's any other matches I can jump into right now. Hopefully this is a good one. Alright. I like that there's so many IPs that we can just instantly connect to the next one here. That's pretty cool. Alright, this is another match with DZAP. I have to double check the bracket and see if this is actually in here. So DZAP would be... Yep. So DZAP, this is a another match in the lower bracket here. DZAP versus Hyalas. And yep, it's the same name in the bracket as well. So DZAP had the first round win there. Looks like we're current. And we have a Mailing versus Yukari. DZAP takes both rounds there. They seem to be kind of even up in the in that round a bit. DZAP took it, so. DZAP and Hyalas again. DZAP with, well, really both players with the same character. This is Mailing and Kari. And DZAP with an early lead. I gotta say, DZAP's defense has been pretty darn good so far from what I've seen. Just has some pretty good moments. Hyalas did land a few hits there just a bit ago. Yep, and DZAP once again takes the another round. We haven't seen Hyalas take a round yet in this matchup. And a DZAP, even without the corner pressure, is still landing hits on Yukari. Yukari actually landing something here. Ooh, that did take quite a bit of health from DZAP, so they are more even at this point. And DZAP with that card, good time to do that. Just needs a couple more hits on Hyalas before this match is over. But Yukari's putting up a bit of a fight, at least doing what they can apparently. DZAP, I mean, we saw that before it happened, takes the second round, and this matchup belongs to DZAP. Alright. So if you're joining us a lot of you have been here for a while, but if you are joining us, this is the end of year tournament 2012, a multi-community tournament, which spreads over 4 world regions here, and so you're watching the European region. This tournament has been sponsored by Gensokyo Radio, providing some of the music you're listening to right now, and this stream is also sponsored by Indie80, providing their streaming software, without whom we would not, well, you wouldn't be watching this right now, so. We're looking at the bracket right now, and you know, I wonder if just this does not update automatically at all. So we'll see if there's any change. Yep, it looks like it, so. If we go back up here, take another look, so we are progressing, I don't know why they don't put this down here, but okay. So we'll shift over a little bit, because it's a little easier. Okay, so we have that. And also the brackets you can view yourself if you go to EoY2012.challenge.com. That's challenge with an O. If you could figure that out. And you can also view the brackets from the other regions tournaments as well. The results from the South American and the Southeast Asian tournaments as well. Still to come today is the North American tournament, which will be happening in about 5 to 5.5 hours, depending on when the actual start time is. Alright, so we have an IP for a game that has not started yet, so let's see if we have any others. Alright, so we have this one here. Okay. Heading over to the game now. So this is Kurenai Misuzu on the left side, as you see Dawn of the Last Day, and then Terui on the right side. Yomu versus Suika, which we haven't seen yet. I don't think we've seen either character yet, so that's different. Yomu with a bit of an edge so far, and what I can only spectate to be the first match. We had a strange slowdown. Yeah. I wanted to say they may have desynced, but I don't know, at least on my screen it seems to be alright. Well. Alright, Dawn of the Last Day with the first round win there. I guess perhaps it's just the nature of this matchup, but a lot of stuff doesn't seem to be connecting. Or perhaps it's Suiko's playstyle. That's kind of throwing me off, but it seems to be, yeah, just, you know, fleeing or running away from really any, or I could just be desynced. Yeah, that works too. That's okay. I have another IP here that we can connect to. Maybe. It might work. Well... darn, okay, so I guess that one doesn't work. Let's see. Spectating is not allowed. Wow, who did that? Oh my gosh. Spike Spiegel apparently is blocking spectating. Wow. Shame, shame. Well, okay. I mean, seriously. Spectating is not allowed. I don't think I've ever seen that, even. That's wacky. Okay. Let's find another one. And that one's still not up. Alright. We have no shortage of IPs here in the European tournament. Alright, going into another matchup here. We have Reimu and Tenchi. Alright, and then in the tournament bracket here, this is a 4th round matchup, if that makes any sense. We have Vin Diesel on the left and Kenato on the right. And it appears we're just catching up. Kinda loud. Yeah, so we're still catching up here. Kenato took that first round. I think we're live now, or caught up. Kenato is still with a bit of a lead here. Vin Diesel or Reimu here, still trying to keep things even. Kenato landing actually quite the nice combo, sending him over. Tenchi not making that connect. Reimu takes advantage of the opportunity, takes quite a bit of health out of Kenato. And Kenato's not going down without a fight, obviously. Oh, just wrong place at the wrong time. So Vin Diesel takes that the other rounds, and we have 1 round each. Hopefully that was not us desyncing in any way. Vin Diesel with the lead here, quite a definitive lead. Kenato trying to even that up though. Let's see. And both characters have a 4 card ready. I think Kenato still might be able to do something if they don't mess up in the process. Otherwise, Vin Diesel does appear to have the advantage. So Kenato is definitely trying to hang in there. So, and then Snow will get rid of your spell cards if you are hit. Kenato just has probably 1 hit on the left, so has to play quite defensively to hang on to it. But in doing so, will lose their spell cards. Wow, Kenato trying to land a combo in there, doing pretty decently. Wow, and Kenato actually does take the round. In a quick move. Quick but effective. So Kenato should have 1 round then. Or 1 match. And Kenato is bringing out the edge once again. Both players have the same character, as I did mention that before. Kenato, wow, really Now, I am familiar with Kenato's playstyle, or at least just Kenato in tournaments in general. Vin Diesel I'm not quite so familiar with. And we are experiencing a little bit of a slowdown. Tenchi doesn't land that. Reimu taking the advantage. I was going to say that Reimu had a lead there for a little bit. They were evened up, and now Kenato seems to have a slight advantage in this round. I was going to say it could be anyone's game, but just as I was thinking about saying that, Keneto takes the round. So a decisive victory there. And once again, I'm slacking a tiny bit in not having an IP immediately ready. So let's see here. So I don't think that one's ready yet. That one doesn't work either. This one's an older IP. Nope, okay. Well, while we're waiting for that, let's take a look at the brackets once again. And I'll refresh and see if there's anything different. Of course, it's going to send me back to that before. Okay. Aha, okay. So, looks the same, I think. Let's see, we have JCD and Spike Spiegel. Third round, fourth round, win here, Keneto and Vin Diesel. We just watched that. So I believe Keneto will be moving into the semifinals here, so that's kind of neat. And then we had Stefano, Kurenai, Oddness, and D-Zap. Schmoop is down here. I'm gonna take another look and see if we have anyone who's ready. Nope, don't go that way. Okay. Well, that's an odd port. Alright. So our next match here, just underway. This is Dit-Dat-Dot and Suiko. Just kidding, apparently. Let's see. Wow. And they just posted it, so no, maybe not. Yeah, they posted about 2 minutes ago, so... Yeah, okay, so Suiko apparently has to reboot. So we'll wait on that one. We are looking for another IP. Well, anyway, Suiko should be back in just a couple of minutes, and then we'll be able to spectate that one. Right now, we don't have any other IPs that we'll be able to connect to. let's see, we had Spike Spiegel and JCD5 just play a match. We weren't able to spectate them because, well, it could have been for a couple of reasons. Spike, I think, actually disallowed spectating on their match, which was an odd thing to encounter. But the other one is anyone who's not using Soku roll. Being that I am, I would not be able to connect and spectate to them. So let's see, we had Zenda and JCD. Is that whose end it is? No, that doesn't seem right. Okay, so maybe in the lower bracket here. Nope.
Yeah, drop that DJ.
Okay, we do have Suiko back though.
Yeah, drop that DJ.
So we'll try this one. If people would stop talking, then I can select it. Okay. Alright, so that one is available. And this is the end of year tournament 2012, December 30th. This is the European region tournament. And another game is about to start. This is Suiko versus Diddat. Suiko is playing as Aya, and Raisin is Diddat. So Diddat with a little bit of a lead, throughout, although Suiko has been trying to keep that even, and may even turn the table a little bit. Alright, Diddat taking the first round there. A little bit of a slowdown happening, not sure why. But Diddat still with the advantage, although it is pretty even. And Suiko actually takes the second round. That was a pretty close end there. And I'm not giving all of my attention to the matchup right now, as I'm looking for just tending to other things. But so far this matchup between Suiko and Dot has been generally pretty even. Not really one side over the other so much. Kind of makes it interesting. We're pretty even right now. Calm with that spotlight, though, is healing one of the players. And Suiko takes the match, the second and third round, or what we would call a comeback. And another matchup here. Same characters, Aya and Raisin. I can't really say that one person has more of an advantage over the other. They seem to be pretty even. They, attack defense switches pretty evenly, from what I can tell. Dot does have a little bit of an advantage, though. And we're experiencing another slowdown. An alright combo by Raisin there. Yeah, right, Raisin. Or did Dot taking the first round once again? Alright. Well, I'm not really sure what that was. That might have just been a desync on our part. But we have another match here. So, if that other one did play through, we can assume that Dot won the second match, and this would be the third match, if this were best 2 of 3. Suiko was opted for... Now, this is going to get confusing. The player, Suiko, has opted to play as Yuyuko, and then Dot once again with Reisen. Not too much of a change in the result with this slight character change. It's pretty much the same thing that we have been seeing in this matchup, so Dot takes the first round. And is really applying the corner pressure on Suiko, taking an early lead. And a hit by Suiko there. Now we'll see if Dot can hang on to their early lead. And it looks like they'll be able to. And I don't know how Yuyuko is fighting like that, but well, it was a good effort anyway. Dot takes the third match. And so I believe they will be moving on. Dot and Suiko actually was, let's see, that was slot AC. So it looks like Dot will be moving up and facing off against Shmoop. Alright. Now let's take another look. The connection just outright failed. Alright, another matchup here. This one should be Spike Spiegel and TFW again. I believe that's Stefano. Alright, so Stefano taking the first round win. Spike Spiegel is playing as Reisen and Stefano is Utsuho on the right side. And this is overall a pretty energetic matchup. These two players doing there's a lot of movement on the field here. Now Utsuho, with applying corner pressure, Racing actually gets out of that pretty quickly. And now Racing applying corner pressure, trying to get back at Utsuho and double it up a bit. And then, there you go, so Stefano with the match win here. And we'll probably be going into another one. Just pretty quickly here. Alright, same characters on the board. Risen and Utsuho. I feel like we're decent. Okay, so let's try this one again. Alright, we see there Stefano takes the first round win. And we're caught up. So Stefano with the edge early on in this round. And Racing doing quite a bit of good blocking, trying to that was pretty well played by Racing. I think Utsuho is just about to set up for something else there, but... And this will hurt a bit on Racing there. Utsuho played that pretty well. And it's going to be difficult for Spike to come back, indeed. Stefano takes the second round once again, so this is their match and they'll be moving on. This was a lower bracket match, which means that Stefano will be moving on to play Vin Diesel, and Spike is supposedly out of the tournament, so that is that. Looking for another IP here, so give me a moment. Alright. This is the end of year tournament 2012, European region. For Touhou Hisoutensoku, we have Did Dat on the... or Did Dat Dot. I could just say Did Dat, I suppose. On the left side, playing as Racing. And Shmoop is on the right, playing as Marissa. We're just catching up in this match right now. It's difficult to really say anything when it's like this. So we will see if we are able to catch up. Now it seemed that Shmoop had a bit of an advantage there, but just another hit on them. Yep, and Did Dat would get the first round win there. So that's theirs. Still don't think we're current, but so right now it looks like they're pretty evened up. And then Shmoop actually takes the second round. And I was hoping we were current too. We may not actually see the outcome of this match. Okay. So Shmoop has a slight advantage. Each player has 1 round win, and if Racing keeps... Yeah, okay. That would have been... Ah, man. That was a decent opportunity because Marissa was stuck there. But Racing didn't land anything. Marissa ends up taking this match. Alright. And I believe this is probably the second match between these two. I think we connected 4 minutes after their IQ was posted, so probably their second matchup. So, Shmoop with the advantage early on so far. So far, just kind of hits here and there. Nothing too devastating to either side, and as a result, they seem to be more even at this point. Now Racing with a bit of corner pressure on Marissa. And the other way around, Marissa landing couple of hits. Marissa as Shmoop with a slight advantage still. And it's heavy fog, so Shmoop is gaining a little bit of health with that. Yep. Still happening, so Dit-Dat-Dot loses health. Shmoop is over half health at this point. And it's still happening, so it's not looking good for Dit-Dat-Dot here. And indeed, Shmoop takes the first round. Marissa applying definitive corner pressure, has that fancy card. I'm not sure what it's called offhand. Not a whole lot landing at that just there. Shmoop still has the advantage, taking a little bit of damage. We're in Aurora, which could actually be any weather condition. as far as I can tell, Shmoop is pretty good at taking the advantage and hanging onto it for an extended period of time. Narissa with that again. Racing trying to fight back any way they can. And Racing is landing some things. May be able to take this, but it'll still be difficult. Yep, and indeed, Swoop Dog, as it says on the screen there, takes this match as well. So I believe that is it for that matchup. Yep. Alrighty. Alright. Looks like we'll probably be spectating a game between Kurenai and let's see, who would they be fighting against here. No, actually, looks like Kurenai dropped. So. We need... So JCD and Keneto, actually. This is important. JCD and Keneto, it looks like I have to get back over here. We'll get into the game as soon as I can click on it here. And we're catching up right now. Alright, Keneto versus JCD. Keneto is Tenchi on the left side, JCD is Remilia on the right. And this is actually the semifinals match, meaning whoever wins this one will go on to the finals match. So that's why this is kind of important. And the finals match will be going against the winner of the lower bracket. The winner of the lower bracket, depending on the results, could either be Vin Diesel, Stefano, Zenda, or whoever wins the matchup before that. So actually, it will be Vin Diesel just won that match before that, so... So it's either Adnus, Shmoop, Zenda, or Vin Diesel. Versus either JCD or Keneto. So right now in the game here, Keneto has the first round win. JCD with a slight advantage. Not a whole lot of wiggle room though, or room for error. Remilia with that card, it kind of hurts. So, 1 round each in this match here. I think we're still catching up, which explains the rough stream here. At least I hope so. Okay, so perhaps that match ended? Maybe there was a disconnect? Oh, let's see. So it appears that the match between JCD and Keneto actually ended, and they will be posting the winner. It appears that Keneto won 2-0 in that matchup, so Keneto will be moving into the finals, and it appears we just connected a little late for that one. So apologies for that. You see here on the brackets, which should be updated soon, JCD and Keneto should be moving into this space here. We have these two here. So Oddness and Schmoop. That's a decent view. Oddness and Schmoop, so I should probably be spectating that one. That's the one we are waiting on right now, so let's see if we can connect. Alright, connection here. You're currently watching the end of year 2012 tournament for Touhou Hisoutensoku. It's the European region, and we only have a few matchups to go before the winner of this regional tournament is decided. Right now we have Oddness on the left, Schmoop on the right. Tenchi versus Suika. Oddness with a bit of an advantage. I think we're still catching up as well, so. So Oddness holding on to that advantage and takes the first round. Round 2 here. We'll see if we're able to spectate all this or not. And that was enough to take that round for Schmoop, the second one. I thought for sure Oddness would have that one, but that's a powerful move on Suika's part, so we are 1 round each in this match. But we're still catching up, unfortunately, so that's the, this might be the end here. Yep, okay. Come on. So I think that was probably the end of that one. Yep. So, Otis and Schmoop, we'll see who moves on in just a moment. We had, so Schmoop won 2-0 against Odmus. We'll see that reflected in the bracket pretty soon here. I've been saying it, but obviously you're watching the end of year tournament 2012. It's the 30th of December. This is for the European region. And this tournament has been sponsored by Gensokyo Radio. Welcome to the Touhou Music Universe, providing some of the music you're listening to right now. And also by Indie80, who's provided the streaming software for us. Without them, you would not be able to watch this right now. So thanks to those guys. We'll move over to the brackets. I don't think it's updated yet. I don't think refreshing... Actually, I think it's every 5 minutes that it refreshes, so... So yeah, we do have Kenato there. Schmoop is here, so that means that Zenda and Schmoop is the next match we'll probably be looking for. After all those matches, we had a whole bunch of IPs to choose from, and now we're just kind of going one after the other. Because obviously we can't play this one yet, or this one yet, or this one yet. So, we have to play, well, that one's already done, so it's this one. We are... Now, I hope they're not going to do this, but I have a suspicion they might be going on Hamachi. And it looks like they are. Which means that we cannot spectate this one, because I do not have Hamachi. So we can look at the brackets, yeah, okay. They're suggesting I take a break from streaming. That's not to say that I would take the stream down. I could still run it, but... Well, alright. So they are doing a Hamachi match. I don't have Hamachi, so... I guess we'll just have to wait for those two to do that and hope that we do not have any other Hamachi matches. Just for the record, this would be... This would be one of 2 finals matches in the lower bracket. So... Actually, no, Zenda and Schmoop... Yeah, Zenda and Schmoop is actually the semifinals in the lower bracket. And whoever wins from that group moves to face Vin Diesel. Whoever wins in here moves to face JCD, and whoever wins from here moves to face, well, actually, whoever wins here is the winner of the lower bracket. And then whoever wins up here is the winner of the tournament, so... The winner of the loser's bracket goes up to face the winner of, well, the person who sits here at the end of the upper bracket so far. It's a bit of a chance to redeem themselves, some would say. Now, interesting thing is, if JCD wins from here, they'd be facing Kenato again. Which, depending on how... I mean, they'd basically be facing each other again, but some tournaments will actually do it where... if you're facing the same person again, that you don't bother playing. I think in this tournament, though, they would just go ahead and play anyway. We have an IP, and it doesn't look like a Hamachi IP. Alright. Alright, so while their Hamachi match is going, I'm going to actually take someone's advice and go grab something to drink. So I will be back in just a moment, or just a few minutes probably, while their match goes, and then I'll be back to tell you how they, what the results are, and we'll go on to spectate the rest of the tournament. So I'll be back soon. Alright, so I have returned. Hopefully no one had their volume turned up so much where this is too loud, but so here we have Vin Diesel on the left, Schmoop on the right. This is Saki versus Remilia in what is the first of two lower bracket finals matches. So Vin Diesel right now has a decisive lead. Maybe a perfect even. Well, not anymore though. Remilia is in quite a bit of trouble. Vin Diesel just has this pretty well planned out. So Vin Diesel winning the first match here, and then I think we have another one to go before Vin Diesel. If he wins this next one, we'll move in to play against JCD. Alright, so it's a similar story this round. Vin Diesel with the lead early on here. But Remilia is fighting back, trying to even it up at least. And Remilia is a fast character, so definitely use that to their advantage. Or they should anyway. And for the first time I've seen so far, Shmoop actually has the lead. If Remilia can keep it up, they'll get the round, for sure. And there you have it. So Shmoop gets the first round. Let's see if they can pull something off in the next round here. Alright, we do see that Shmoop has the lead. Sakuya, of course, is fighting back. Not like you'd expect them to just sit idly by, but Sakuya almost had the lead there for a bit. Shmoop is trying to solidify their lead. And now Sakuya doing a bit of corner pressure. It is kind of effective if Remilia can get out of that one, which they do. Grazing out of that. And Sakuya takes that one, so we are tied up in this match 1-1. Shmoop with the first hit. Shmoop. And so far, Vin Diesel does have the lead in this round. And it looks like, at least right now, they'll probably hang on to it. I don't know how Saki had managed to dodge off most of that. That was kind of impressive. There was an ore break there, though, after all of that, so... And Saki is just hitting A bunch of times and, you know, push button receive damage. And that's it, so Sakuya actually does end up getting the second match as well. So that is that. Alright. We have Vin Diesel versus JCD up next here. We'll be waiting on that IP. And the end of year tournament 2012 European region tournament. This is what the bracket currently looks like. We have Vin Diesel and Schmoop was the match we just witnessed there. If I can scroll over. Alright. So we got Vin Diesel won that one. They'll be moving in to play against JCD. And then the winner here will move up here to play against Keneto. And once again, we're just waiting for that IP. So here it means we have a minimum of 2 matches left. If the winner over here ends up beating Keneto, it goes over here into his second finals or championship match here. But if Keneto ends up winning this one, then that is it, and they will be determined the victor. So just waiting on an IP. And we'll see if Alright, so we have that up there on the board. We have an IP. Alright. Looks like the game is up and will be starting very shortly. Okay, so we have Vin Diesel versus JCD. Vin Diesel is Sakuya in this matchup once again. JCD is Remilia. So it's similar to the last matchup, at least in characters, but it's actually JCD this time. And early on we see Sakuya had a spirit recharging there. Not really sure what that's from. We're pretty even up. Once again, both characters pretty energetic here. Vin Diesel Sakuya is just crazy active as far as, I mean, it's just move after move. As a result, they do have the lead currently. Remilia is doing a lot of blocking, trying to do what they can to get out of this situation. But I have a feeling it may be, with this Remilia, slightly less active than the one we had in the last matchup. But we'll see what happens. Vin Diesel takes the first round here. Vin Diesel still with the lead, even though they took some damage. Remilia trying to apply corner pressure, but Sakuya is just blocking a whole lot. They escaped that one to get out of it. No one really has the upper hand. They shifted to distance there a little bit. I'm not really sure how And Saki is just one hit after the other here. It's pretty brutal. Oh gosh. That was terrible. Oh man. Would have been a well-placed card, but it only works if you hit Sakia, otherwise Sakia's card, as you saw there, comes in, hits Remilia, and it's all over, so... Vin Diesel takes the first match win. The second match here. Alright, it's Sakia once again with that card, proving its effectiveness against Remilia. Or really any character. But Vin Diesel with a large lead here, a large advantage. And we'll probably keep that. There you go. So the first round goes to Vin Diesel once again. Vin Diesel wins this next one. They'll be moving into playing Kenito in the finals match. That'll be the championship finals match. So we shall see. JCD with the lead this time. Let's see if this results to anything, although Vin Diesel is applying quite a bit of pressure. It's just fast movement and such. But Remilia is applying the pressure now. Brought Sakia into the corner. Another escape by Sakia. Well, we'll see what happens here. And that is it for JCD. Vin Diesel wins the lower bracket finals, moving into the upper bracket to play against Kenito. So we'll take another look at the brackets here. JCD and Vin Diesel here. Vin Diesel wins this one. We'll move into the this slot here, slot T. Yep, so we're updated here. Vin Diesel shows up in the upper bracket once again. And I'm just curious, as you might be as well, where Vin Diesel dropped off. It was actually in the match in the upper bracket, Kenito versus Vin Diesel. So, Kenito and Vin Diesel, it was a 2-1, so it wasn't a complete shutout, but Kenito did end up winning that one. And so it happens again. So, where Vin Diesel wins this one here, moves up, and will once again be fighting Kenito. This time for the championship title for the European region. This is the end of year tournament 2012, 30th of December, the European region. And this tournament has been sponsored by Gensokyo Radio. Welcome to the Touhou Music Universe. They have provided some of the music you're listening to today. We're also sponsored by Indie AD, who has provided some of the, or just the, streaming software. Without them, we would not be streaming this where you are right now, so... And while the details on prizes are still being worked out by Kiko and some of the organizers, it's possible that our sponsors will really be full-out sponsors by helping to provide the funds for the prizes at this tournament. We'll be moving over to the last match of this tournament, or what could be the last match. Now, if Vin Diesel actually does end up winning this, it will go into a second finals match, where the winner of that match will, once and for all, determine the champion, or first place of this tournament. If Keneto wins this match, then it's all over. Keneto is the victor. Celebrations and such will ensue. And speaking of celebrations, in addition to the tournament taking place on the 29th and the 30th, we had South America and Southeast Asia regions play yesterday. Celebration will actually be taking place tomorrow, the 31st. That's New Year's Eve. And I imagine that's just for, exhibition matches if people like. Announcing the winners, of course, you can find out that information yourself. And originally it was going to be for prize distribution, but we'll see if we have that ready by tomorrow. The finals game here between Keneto and Vin Diesel is about to begin very shortly. And we thank everyone for participating in this tournament up to this point. This is LunarSpotlight here, who has been streaming and commentating on this stream. Vin Diesel on the left side here, Keneto on the right. We have Sakuya versus Tenchi. And so far, Vin Diesel with the early lead. And Vin Diesel taking the first round here. A lot of corner pressure being applied by Sakuya, only resulting in a little bit of damage. We're getting some hits in here. Sakuya still has a strong lead. And that is it. So, Vin Diesel taking the first match here. The second match between Vin Diesel and Keneto. Now, if Vin Diesel wins this match, it will end up going into a second finals match. Or if Keneto takes these last two matches here, being that this is best 2 of 3, well, we'll see what happens. So far, we're kind of even. Keneto has a slight lead. Alright, so I've been corrected. This is actually a best of 3 of 5. So they must win 3 matches to win this. And if they move into the rematch after this, so if if Vin Diesel wins these next 2 matches, then it goes into the next finals bracket, where then it is best 2 of 3. So, thanks to the people on the channel for correcting that. Kenato with a slight lead. Sakuya with that card, taking the first round. Kenato almost had it, but no cigar. Second round here between Vin Diesel and Kenato. Vin Diesel with a slight lead, once again. Corner pressure being applied by Tenchi. And an ore break on Sakuya. From what I've noticed, Sakuya tends to I think, border escape. Would prefer that rather than have an ore broken. Kenato now has kind of a strong lead, actually. Keeps getting hits in against Sakuya. But of course, Sakuya is as vigilant as ever. Some corner pressure applied by Tenchi. Some of those didn't connect. Could have been better. Now corner pressure against Tenchi. Vin Diesel trying to make up for some lost ground. We have time card. That time card thing being by Sakuya. A lot more damage by Kenato by Sakuya. Sakuya taking the last round here, so there is one more match before Vin Diesel wins this matchup, would go into the second matchup in these finals. So Vin Diesel with a bit of a lead here. More hits against Kenato. Tenchi's trying to get in there to do something. But there's a lot of knives being thrown about. Ooh, and another orb break on Sakuya there. Sakuya still holds the lead. Kenato is just probably 4 or 5 hits away from being taken down for this round. Sakuya has a 4 card, ready to be played. Probably wants to hang on to it though, would be overkill at this point. Heavy fog on the field. Not that it matters though, so Vin Diesel takes the first round. Vin Diesel wins this next one. They'll be moving into the second finals match, where the winner of that one determines the champion. Vin Diesel with full health right now. Kenato with less than half. Vin Diesel with a hit, actually. It's not looking very good for Kenato at this point, although that was a nice block by Kenato. Not giving up quite yet. I have no idea how Sakuya can survive with, you know, just 3 active orbs like that. There was an orb break on Tenchi. Oh, this could be it. Oh, and Tenchi actually lands that one, so the knives do not hit. Ah, man. But no matter. So Kenato, Vin Diesel, there's actually 3-0. Vin Diesel wins that matchup. And actually, they'll just keep playing this one. So now it's best 2 of 3. We are back to zeros on both sides. And actually, I think this is a replay, so... Okay, so second matchup here. Once again, Vin Diesel on the left, Kenato on the right. Sakia versus Tenchi, as it has been for the past 4 matches. And we'll see if the outcome is any different. Sometimes in an endurance setting, the tables can turn. You never really know. So Kenato does have some wiggle room with this. At this stage, though, it's anyone's game. Vin Diesel with the early advantage. Random slowdown. Well, let's hope that wasn't a desync. Alright, so Vin Diesel wins the first round. Again. This time Kenato with a very slight lead early on. You can't really say at this point who has the advantage, though. Oh gosh. That's looking like a desync, I believe. Okay, well, let's hope that doesn't happen again. We're just waiting to catch up here, and this would be the second match. A lot of pausing going on. Their match may have ended. No, I guess not. I'm not sure if we're gonna catch up on this one. It seems to be going pretty slow. And we're just waiting to go live again. Hopefully this is alright. So the last match here between Desync. Still trying to gather who won that last one. At any rate, we have still Vin Diesel and Kenato. Okay, so I'm being told this is best 3 of 5. The last match. I think people are generally assuming that Vin Diesel will probably win this one. Which is really something, because I wonder how Kenato ended up winning that other one earlier on tonight. Vin Diesel has 1 round win here. Vin Diesel wins this round, then that is it. We'll see what happens once again. And Typhoon comes to play. Kenato with the advantage currently. Throwing a lot of knives in the air from Sakuya. And Kenato's trying to hang on to that edge. We'll see. Sakuya's got a lot of knives still. We're pretty even up at this point. And we have time again. Someone said it was famous last words. And again. Still evened up. Sakuya, ooh, did land that one. Combo. And the last hit there, the second round, won by Vin Diesel. And that is it. Vin Diesel officially takes first place in the European Region 2012 end-of-year tournament for Touhou Hisoutensoku. Yay! Alright, well...
Yeah, drop that, DJ.
If we go back over to our brackets here, which is what we usually do, we'll refresh here.
Yeah, drop that, DJ.
We're still awaiting the results. As you can see there, the question marks.
Yeah, drop that, DJ.
And Vin Diesel is saying, yeah, would you like another round, Kenato? Maybe I could win all 5. That's, yeah, I don't know. That's not the nicest thing to say. Game itself. Okay. I mean, it'll be up there eventually, so, yeah. And there you have it, so updated on the board now.
Yeah, drop that DJ.
We see here the final results for the end of year 2012 European Regional Tournament. The first place champion, or supreme champion as challenge puts it, is Vin Diesel. Second place goes to Kenato, and JCD at third. Expand the results here, we have fourth place is Schmoop. Fifth place was a tie between Zenda and Stefano. Seventh place is Spike Spiegel and Oddness. Ninth place is a four-way tie between DZEP, KikoZakuro, Dit-Dat-Dat, and Kurenai Misuzu. 13th place was Shimitora, Hyalas, Teroi, and Suiko. At 17th place tie was Flan, Miki 200, Yandere-chan, and Ladamaster. All of the participants in this tournament are listed on the screen currently. Those who registered were greater in number. We had a total of 33 people who registered for the European Region Tournament. And as you'll notice, if you have visited the site or looked on the screen right now, you'll see that we have one more region to go. The first region we went over was the Southeast Asian Tournament. Then the South American Tournament. We just completed the European Region Tournament. And our final tournament for this series, as well as today, is the North American Tournament, which will begin in a little less than 2 hours. So if you liked what you saw here, or have seen here, and you're interested in seeing more, you can stay tuned here, or just come back in a couple hours, and we'll have the North American Region Tournament right here where you are now. In fact, I'll even put it on the board here. So this is an unofficial bracket. We have a total of 24 people registered for the North American Tournament. Of course, that number will probably drop once we know the real number of participants, or people who actually show up. And again, it's a double elimination tournament. This bracket will probably get smaller once we are able to, once it gets closer to the hour and we know for sure who is participating. But this is an unofficial, tentative list of who will be playing in just a couple of hours in the North American Tournament. You've been watching the End of Year Tournament 2012. We just completed the European Region Tournament. And the winner of that tournament was Vin Diesel. Second place was Kenato, followed by JCD, and quite a few other people, as we had a total of 20 participants in the European Region Tournament. This tournament is sponsored by Gensokyo Radio. Welcome to the Touhou Music Universe, who is providing some of the music you're listening to now. We're also sponsored by Indie80, who's providing the streaming suite, or the streaming software that we're using, so without them we would not be streaming this quite as fancy as we are now. There are alternatives, but none quite as fancy as what Indie80 has got, so they were kind enough to let us use that. Very good. And for any of you who don't know right now, Touhou 13.5, which is the next Touhou fighter, what you're watching now, Touhou Hisoutensoku, is 12.3. 13.5 is the next one in line. The demo for it was just released today, so I'm sure a lot of people who are interested in playing this game, 12.3, will probably get their hands on the demo. And try that out, so in case you don't already know. You'll have to ask around for it though. I don't really have a link for it or anything, I just know that it's out there somewhere. So, or if there's even supposed to be any links for it, I don't really know for sure. But anyway, demo was released today, so there you go. I think at this point we'll probably wait, probably go off the air for a couple hours until the North American region tournament begins. That takes place at 1700 GMT, or 5 o'clock PM Central Time. That is 6 o'clock Eastern Time in the US, or 3 o'clock PM Pacific Time. Excuse me. So there we go. Thanks everyone for tuning in. We hope you'll come back for the North American region tournament if you're able to. Understandably, a lot of people are probably from Europe watching this, but we'll be back again in 110 minutes. If you could do the math, that's a little less than 2 hours. We hope to see you then.